Welcome to SA Rugby Legends TV. We start this month by travelling to Namibia and the coastal town of Swakopmund, where legends Percy Montgomery, Pieter Muller and McIntosh were there on behalf of the SA Rugby Legends Association to help celebrate the relaunch of the Swakopmund Rugby Club. For Monty, it was a return to the region where he was born.
Well, firstly I was born in Walfish Bay. Went to school, Swakop Primary, and funny enough I went to an English school in Swakopmund and they only had soccer, and I really wanted to play rugby because obviously my dad playing for South West Africa. I really wanted to play, so I had to go after school, go to an Afrikaans school to go and play rugby. I left Swakop or Walfish, I was 9 years old, and my folks got a bursary for me to go to SACS, and that's where it all started for me. It was coming home 3 times a year, it was difficult and very tough for me as a kid, but I think in the long run it paid off.
The sacrifice he and his family made certainly paid off for one of the greatest fullbacks of all time. One of the key events of the weekend was the coaching clinic, bringing together children from all the schools in the area to get some valuable tips from these legends and to get to know more about the game that the Swakopmund Rugby Club is hoping will enjoy a regeneration of support in the region.
The Swakopmund Rugby Club went dead in 2010. What we decided was we're going to get a field here, and obviously we need to promote the club now and draw in some sponsors because we have to start from the bottom. We decided on an event like this, bring in some SA legends, bring the guys, have a coaching clinic for the youngsters in order for them to get involved with rugby again. And it's important to get these guys from a young age to get involved with rugby, to get them in the mood. And I mean, they'll always remember that day when Percy came and showed them kicking skills. They always remember when Mac was here and he showed us about a goal skill and taught us to hold our hands. These are things they remember from a young age.
I think for any rugby club, especially today, everyone's looking for money and just keep the club going. So the initiative was to obviously come with the SA Legends and come support Swakopmund Rugby Club. And obviously, like you said, it's a rugby awareness for little youngsters. And we can't teach them too much on the first day, but at least they walked away with a little point in their head and they want to play rugby. And I think that's what we're trying to get more people to play rugby, and it'll be better for the game.
What Winton and Yuri have done for Swakopmund, getting it back on, is so important, especially in these communities, is to get rugby back and get the kids back to play rugby. You could see the enthusiasm of the kids, even on the coaching clinic. And I think, we need to urge the community to get involved, get behind them, because these guys do it for their passion. They don't do it for money.
Well, we would also like to thank the SA Rugby Legends for becoming part of this event. I mean, without them, nothing would have been possible. We would also like to invite anyone that's here in Swakop to become part of the club. Come support us for the 2015 season. We're at the SFC Club. You're more than welcome. Get in contact with us and be part of the club.
When a local bank heard the legends were in town, they invited the group to a special afternoon for their staff and clients. The bank also offered its support to the Swakopmund Rugby Club. The guests were able to chat and mingle with the legends, pose for pics and get an autograph or two. All part of a day's work for the legends in support of the growth of rugby across our borders. The next part of the weekend saw them enjoy some time taking in the famed desert dunes that border Swakopmund. Courtesy of their hosts, the legends became adventurers on quads and dune buggies, doing their best to master the art of dune riding in the demarcated recreational areas set up for tourists.
All those dunes I'm worried about, I think those drops that they're talking about, but I think it'll be a nice adventure.
Awesome, can't wait to get in the Swakop River and just go crazy, yeah!
And crazy they went, much to everyone's delight.
To be out, you've got the ocean right here behind me and you've got the dunes over the road. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. It's the most amazing views, and just going through the dunes, quad biking, amazing,
Thanks to Desert Adventures for a great afternoon out. The adrenaline rush didn't stop there for Monty, who was invited to do a tandem skydive by Ground Rush Adventures.
We were in this little airplane. The door was wide open. It was my third jump, but still, it's the same as if it was my first, and I was very nervous. But we went up, and these 4 guys, we just decided to jump out the plane,
Blessed with perfect weather conditions and an incredible view of the coastline, the aim was to land on the beach where Pieter was involved in a spot of fishing.
And we landed right next to the guys fishing. This was quite an amazing thrill, and so anyone's out there, definitely do it.
With the late summer weather offering great conditions for shore fishing, the aim of the tag and release event was to reel in some bronze whalers, sharks that are prevalent on this coastline. As Pieter cast his line into the sea, little did he know what was to come as he battled to reel in his first catch. An easy task, one would think, for this former tough centre, known for his crunching hard tackles.
Yeah, no, I must admit, so it was a struggle, you know, that bronze, as they call him, a bronzy, I think 150 kilogram, and it was an hour and a half struggle, but what a fight. And after 2 hours fighting it, you know, it actually, it takes you and then it gives you a bit and takes, but after, you know, a while, your back start feeling it, your arms are getting sore, you know, you don't know where to hold the rod, but like I said, you know, a great fight and a great experience.
And in true rugby style, after a grueling 80 minutes, a handshake and a send-off back to the playing field, and a fine way to end an afternoon of adventure and fun.
Oh, it was great, you know, the hospitality was great from the start till the end, you know, the guys, you know, went out of their way even with the function. So all in all, a great trip, you know, I'll recommend it to anyone.
I think, you know, for me coming here, it's obviously it's been born here, and there's a lot of tradition here actually with rugby in Namibia, and I think the people here around here should really support the local rugby teams, and you know, and it all helps for Namibian rugby.